Up next, we got the man with the bi-coastal boutique law firm and a purple belt in high style Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So if you fuck up the rotation when in the cipher, to break the wrist and walk away. Coming to the stage next, y'all know who it is. The man with the plan and the best voice in the game, Omar Figueroa.
Thank you, Rico. Happy Friday, everyone. My story is from the San Francisco Chronicle by Lester Black. The headline is Bay Area Cannabis Growth Linked to Chinese Organized Crime. Overseas Chinese organized crime groups are behind many of the illegal cannabis operations in Northern California, officials say. Chinese triads have been participating in illegal cannabis cultivation for several years in Northern California, David Hafner, a DCC spokesperson, said in an emailed statement. Triads is a term used for specific organized crime groups that have a long history in China and have been caught trafficking drugs around the world. Hafner declined to provide more details about the connections between Chinese organized crime groups and illegal cannabis growth in California. A recent political story found that Chinese involvement in American cannabis cultivation has recently grown. Law enforcement in Oklahoma told Politico that 75% of the illegal pot farms they've shut down are connected to Chinese investors and Chinese organized crime. Hafner confirmed that the DCC believes an Antioch cannabis growing operation raided in December when 4 homes were found with more than 16,000 illegal pot plants worth an estimated $14.8 million is linked to China. Chinese workers have long been found that illegal cannabis grows in the United States from Oklahoma to California, although many of these people appear to be victims of human trafficking. These workers are often forced to live in dangerous conditions and make very little money, according to an investigation by Searchlight New Mexico. The Department of Cannabis Control has increased its efforts to shut down the illegal cannabis market in California. In 2022, the agency led operations that eradicated more than 260,000 plants, more than 10 times the 19,000 plants eradicated in 2021. One of the largest raids recently occurred in January at an Oakland warehouse, where law enforcement found multiple firearms and more than 30,000 marijuana plants. Hafner declined to comment when asked whether that raid was linked to Chinese criminal organizations. My take is that the San Francisco Chronicle is continuing its long history of reefer madness with this xenophobic article, which is short on facts and details. The article mentions that one of the largest recent raids occurred in January at an Oakland warehouse, where law enforcement found multiple firearms and more than 30,000 marijuana plants. According to the article, the DCC representative declined to comment when asked whether that raid was linked to Chinese criminal organizations. In other words, the raid was not linked to Chinese criminal organizations, and he should have made that clear. I think really the headline for this article should have been political article tries to exploit anti-Chinese xenophobia. And this is all relevant in the context of yesterday's Twitter hearings, where we're seeing a lot of like anti-China rabid xenophobia. And it ends up hurting the Chinese Americans who live here, who are U.S. citizens. I think that this article is, just shows how small-minded the Chronicle is, and they should start doing some real investigation, writing better articles, and you can read the article on High at 9 News. This is the, let me finish up. The headline is Bay Area Cannabis Growth Linked to Chinese Organized Crime. This is Omar Figueroa, lawyer, publisher, and Ganjier instructor, reporting from Sonoma County, California, the traditional territory of the Pomo, Miwok, and Wapo nations for High at 9, high noon Eastern.